Hey, today we're going to talk about something a lot of my clients are thinking about and what has brought us actually to start looking at homes outside of San Diego County. I'm helping a young man. He's a father of two. He's recently married and he wants to find a nice home for his wife and his kids to settle down. He works here in San Diego County. Specifically, he works in South Bay of San Diego County, which is the lower area of the county close to the international border. Now, we've been looking for homes in Chula Vista, Spring Valley, San Isidro, Otay Mesa, and he's just not finding anything he likes. He's very frustrated, and his budget is below $600,000. He says he needs at least 2 bedrooms. He needs at least 2 full bathrooms because he's got 2 girls, and he needs a family room and a kitchen and some yard space for the kids. And believe it or not, it's been really difficult to find because he's also asking for the seller to pay for his closing costs, which if you're buying a home for $600,000, you're looking at about $12,000. Yeah, so here's the struggle, and the struggle's real. I told him you should be patient and you should take your time because there's not a lot on the market, and purchasing a home doesn't happen overnight. You just don't go out and buy it like you buy a shirt or a pair of Nikes. You have to wait for the right one to come along. But not everybody takes my advice. So he said, you know what? Screw San Diego, I'm gonna start looking for Riverside. I said, okay, let's go to Riverside, I don't mind. We started looking in Temecula. The county has different loan limits than San Diego, meaning that he's going to have to look a little bit lower in price. So now we're cut off at about $500,000. So we're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Riverside below $500,000, specifically Temecula because it's closest. Nothing in Temecula, because you have to remember the newer homes also have HOA fees that you pay a month and Melrose every month. When you start adding that up, is it still going to meet your budget? Because in his head, he had this dream that he would buy a home, paid $2,500 a month, and be able to get something brand new with a yard, maybe even a pool. And I kept telling him in Temecula, it's probably not going to happen, not for that monthly payment when you include everything. When you go online, it's normally quoting the buyers the principal and interest only. It doesn't include your taxes, your insurance, your HOA, your Melrose. You have to think about all of that when you're creating a budget for you and your family. So Temecula was a bust. We start looking a little bit more. He says, okay, I'll look at Menifee. I said, can you Google map the drive? How far is that drive every day to work? It's an hour and 45 minutes to work, and then it's another hour and 45 minutes back. We start looking at homes over there. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show you the one that he picked out that he likes. He likes it, but he's asking me, Alex, ¿se vale la pena? Is it worth it? Because his mortgage payment is going to be about $3,000 when you add everything all together. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to take a look at this house. All he wanted was a really nice home that he didn't have to fix up, didn't need a lot of work, that was just move-in ready, had good space for him and his kids, and that fit his budget. Of course, this doesn't fit the $2,500 budget. It brings his payment up to $3,000. And he's asking me to make the decision for him. But here's the trick. As a realtor, I can't make that decision for you. I told him, everybody has different values. I value my location because my business is here. I'm constantly having to run out to go show a home or run over to someone's property, or believe it or not, sellers get locked out and they need a lockbox open. My life is completely different than your life, so I can't make that decision for you. You have to decide if that drive is worth it, or se vale la pena, because you're the one who's going to drive it. I'm not driving it every day. If it were me, I would choose a different home. Now, let me show you some of the things that he was looking at in Chula Vista with a max budget of $600,000. We're going to go detached, San Diego County. We were looking on the west side of Chula Vista because no HOA and no Melrose. We need at least 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, and I am going to make sure that they're only FHA approved homes because the FHA requires that it's this loan program that he's using as a first-time home buyer, and it requires the home to be certain habitable condition, has to be really good condition. It can't have a cracked slab, can't have any burned down walls. So there's no point in looking at anything that's going to be a fixer because his loan just won't allow for it. Forgot to add the max price. Let's add a max price of $600. And actually, because we need that closing cost credit, in this market, you're having to add it on top of the price. And remember, at $600,000, we're looking at $12,000. So let's actually put a max of $575. We'll go two. We'll go back to a 2-bedroom because he said in San Diego he's willing to do a 2-bedroom. And here we have 8 properties that are active on the market right now. And this is something I do the search with the client so they can see what I see in real life, in real time. So I'm going to go back to just make sure that we have client view only. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet. No inside photos. That normally puts off a red flag in my head, thinking if there's no inside photos, the inside has got to be either too bad to photo, or it has an owner or a tenant that's not allowing you to take the photos, which isn't normally a good sign either. We have this one on J Street. It's 535,000, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,096 square feet. And because the interest rates and the loan limits are different in San Diego, looking at these homes, the lender says his payment's looking closer to 3,200, maybe 3,300, depending on the tax rate of where he goes. So we're not only looking at a smaller house that's a little bit older, but we're also looking at a house that is going to have a higher payment. And what's kind of interesting as we look at these homes, they're not done with professional photographs. So typically we always, over the years, we've seen the requirement to have professional photos, but all of these seem to be just exterior pictures, not a lot of professional. Here's one with good professional photos. It's a nice home. Very clean. People definitely don't live like that. You know, when you're living in a home, when you're selling a home, it's completely different. That one's 1,207 square feet, 545, 555. So again, that's what he's looking at. He said it's just not worth it for him. He doesn't feel like those homes are worth the money he would be spending per month. And that's his choice. So as a realtor, I can't make those choices. For the client has to make them themselves. Even when they put me in that weird position where they say, what would you do? So, well, I made my choice. I live in San Diego because it's my choice and I'm going to work hard to keep it. But you know, to remain here, but not everyone has that same decision. And I'm wondering how many people out there are thinking the same thing. Are they willing to drive an hour and 45 minutes to move to a community just to have a nicer home that doesn't need a lot of work? Or would you rather have an older home in a nice community, but older homes are going to need updating all the time? It is what it is. They're not money pits. It's just the older you get, the more work you need, like a human person. Anyway, if you have, I'm interested to see what you're going to respond with. And if you want more tips or if you want more news on what we're dealing with in real estate today, please follow me on Facebook. And I look forward to answering any questions you have. I'm Alexandra Vincent Shepard with Coldwell Banker West. Like me and you like to hear from professionals who actually walk the walk and talk the talk, like myself, I'm out there selling homes, listing homes, helping buyers find their properties, even going all the way up to Riverside. Make sure to follow me on Facebook, Alexandra Vincent Real Estate. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.